What's poppin', boss gang? Welcome back to CEO Prince Reactions. So this video is recommended. Like, I really appreciate y'all going in the comments recommending videos. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I was running out of videos to react for y'all. You feel what I'm saying? But I appreciate the ones that actually take the time out to comment video they want me to react to. And y'all be having some good comments, some good reaction videos too, I must say. So I'm kind of late on this one, but this is Quando Rondo Before They Were Famous, updated biography. I didn't know they even had an updated version, but they have an updated version, and this was recommended by. I hope I can just get their name fast enough because I want to get on with the video. They know who it was, man. Appreciate you for recommending this video. It's gonna take me a little minute to find your name, but I appreciate you for recommending this video, man. Like, this was a great idea. Before we get into the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're on the road to 1K. Make sure you leave a comment like other people have. You know what I'm saying? If you want to see a certain video that you want me to react to, I need those. Those are the ones that help me, create content, man. I'm just trying to create more and more content for you guys. So make sure y'all comment what videos y'all want me to react to. And last but not least, like the video. Let's get right into it, man.
Before Quando Rondo would break his silence on the death of King Von in a new, what people are calling, diss track called End of Story. Before Quando Rondo would release his 18-track debut.
The most disrespectful diss track ever. Hands down.
Album Q-Pac at the beginning of 2020 and charted at number 22 on Billboard's Hot 200 album chart. Quando Rondo grew up in Savannah, Georgia, which he said was all poverty, murder, thugging, and everybody just trying to find a way out. He was surrounded by violence and crime, and although he tried to resist his life leading down that road, he ended up getting caught up in the legal system, going in and out of juvenile detention for the majority of his adolescent years. It wasn't until he started using social media for the asset that it is, by posting videos, beating on his car like drums, and showcasing his ability to rap, that he started to gain the attention of major names in the game, like Birdman, The Game, and one rapper in particular who had...
Bro, all it really takes is for you to post content so people can see it, bro. A lot of y'all are so talented. It's like, if you just make content and post content around, it don't even matter what your situation is, bro. It don't matter even the quality. If you can sing real good, people gonna hear it, bro. Make sure you put that content out.
Helped change his career forever. What's up, guys? It's your girl Azalea Hart, back with another video here on Before They Were Famous. This time, taking a look at rapper Quando Rondo. We've covered other artists on this channel, so be sure to check those out after you finish watching this video, and let me know who's up next in the comment down below. Also, follow our Instagram page at Before They're Famous, and follow me too, at Azalea Zoe. But for now, let's get into the video, and I'll see you after the intro.
Be sure to subscribe and hit that bell. Boom!
Quando Rondo was born Taekwon Terrell Bowman on March 23rd, 1999 in Savannah, Georgia, aka The Port. He and his brother were adopted at a young age by their paternal great aunt, and that's who raised him. When he was taken from his parents, this is what he remembers happening. His parents were fighting, and the hot clothes iron fell and burnt his leg. At the time, his mom didn't think it was that bad, but a couple days later, they took him to the hospital. After he was checked out and the doctor realized how bad the burn was, that's when Child Protective Services were called, because they thought his parents had abused him intentionally, and he was taken away from them. His mother later turned to drugs, and his father was in prison, so he didn't grow up with the influence of either of them. His first time going to juvenile hall was at the age of 11 for his...
Do y'all hear this story? Yo, like, imagine like your jit being taken away from you from a state. You get what I'm saying, bro? And damn.
His little cousin. His adopted mother is the one who called the police.
But we was arguing and I had hit one of them, but not on no trying to hurt them type guy, just on some cousins, like some cousins stuff. And she called the police on me and got me a juvenile papers for simple battery.
And then from 11 years old to 16 years old, he spent the majority of that time locked up. Grade 6 was the last school year that he attended. His last bid in juvenile hall was actually 2 years long, and he was released 2 months before turning 17. He was basically raised in juvenile hall, and he said that once he was released, his mind was always in a defense mode. All he knew was thugging, fighting, and always on some, as he describes. But he says by the
That
time
makes
he
sense.
did connect with his biological mother, he knew that she was his real mother, so he knew not to disrespect her. But he also felt that the love wasn't genuine. He looked at her like a stranger because, well, she was, but did eventually end up moving in with her after being kicked out from his great aunt's home. He describes his great aunt or adopted mother as a Jesus type. He said she's very holy, always goes to church, and prays all the time, including praying for him. It was with her that he would attend church growing up, and that's where he was exposed to music. But when he was released from juvenile hall and came home, she didn't want any sort of bad spirits around her, and because he was always carrying guns and into a lot of things that just didn't work for her, she told him, "I'm sorry, I can't do this anymore." At the time of him moving back in with his biological mother, she was clean from using hard drugs for about 6 months with the help of her family.
They see one of us doing something deep in the streets, like a need help, they gonna be there for you like a real family. Like no matter what, they ain't gonna never turn their back on you, no matter what you do. So like.
But after the passing of her mother, she started to really go through it and started snapping at the same family members who were there for her, including Quando and his brother. She came home one day and told them they have to leave for no reason at all. Since then, no matter how much love he has for her, he just decided that he couldn't have her in his life. His father went to prison when he was 3 and spent 12 years in jail, but when he came home from jail, Quando was locked up. But he respects him and loves him just the same.
You only get one mama and daddy, but I kind of grew up without a father.
When they did finally reconnect, they were bumping heads.
Y'all gotta be thankful for how easy, I ain't gonna say how easy, but y'all gotta be thankful for y'all own life, you feel what I'm saying? Like, y'all be seeing these superstars with all this jewelry and stuff, man, you don't know what them people been through, bro. I ain't never heard nobody go through nothing like this before. This is a new story to me.
Constantly, and he grew up without a father, so he didn't really need a father figure at that point in time, or a mother for that matter, and really he felt like it was just him and his brother. He said ever since he was little, he's always been intuitive. He's always known what was going on around him. After that simple battery charge that he got for hitting his cousin, he was on probation. He started smoking weed and failed his urine test, then he got 7 days for that. He failed again and got 14 days, so then he was put on a leg monitor, but he just wouldn't stay home. He still went out, he didn't charge it, and after 20 days on house arrest, his PO came to the house at 5 a.m., but because he was so young, he just didn't think that what he was doing was wrong, and he thought that scamming the system because the monitor wasn't charged, he didn't know that they knew he wasn't at home. He constantly said in his interviews that he was young and dumb. Anyway, so they bring him back to juvenile hall, and because he had been in juvie 3 times in 3 months, they put him in a boot camp. In the boot camp, he got in so many fights that after 2 to 3 months, they put him back in juvenile hall. He was released again. He's 12-ish at this point, leg monitor again, but now for 60 days. So this time though, he decides to cut his leg monitor off. He goes outside to play, and his great aunt then called the police after seeing him do that.
She called the police on me again, but now that I'm older, I know she didn't do it to hurt me. She felt like I was going down the wrong path, and I felt like she would rather me be in juvenile and dead if I wasn't going to listen to her.
At the age of 13,
I ain't gonna lie, like, as a aunt or, you know, as an uncle, you feel what I'm saying? Just imagine you had to take in a child like that. Like, would y'all do it? Like, would y'all take in a child like this if you was, like, an uncle or something? Like, I don't know, bro. I'd be like, nah, Jit too bad, bro. Like, leave Jit at the crib, bro. Like, he can't come here. Like, Jit too
he
bad.
was pretty much living on the streets at this point, struggling to eat sometimes, riding his bicycle everywhere, and moving from couch to couch, from family member to family member, because he refused to go back to his adopted mother's house for about 2 months because he knew that she'd call the police. Then one day, him and his cousins were walking past the dollar store, and they decided, hey, why not steal some cap guns? But here's the thing, he was the only one to get caught, and he went back to juvenile hall, and he went this time for 4 months.
You be young and dumb. You bear me, when you doing you ain't got no business, you don't really know how to do it. You bear me, that's what gets you up.
Then when he was released, he was on house arrest again, but now he knows if he goes outside again, he's definitely gonna go back, and he doesn't want that anymore because he starts to feel a little bit left behind in his friends and cousins circle. He was watching them go to school, watching their lives unfold on Facebook.
Cause I'm a juvenile bird. I keep going back and forth to juvenile. Nobody know me no more. I stay in jail every other month. I started going to juvenile in the 6th grade.
He just knew he wasn't part of their lives anymore, so he tried to stay out of trouble, and he even got a couple jobs. He had a job working at Crystal Beer Parlor in Georgia, but after about a week, he said he had to leave because he hated it so much. Then he worked at the fast food restaurant Checkers.
I had a job.
Checkers is
one
disgusting.
time around the corner. On Skidaway, man, I've been in that bitch about an hour. I got to go, boy.
So I guess he worked a regular job for about a total of 41 hours.
Hey,
His
for
friends were
real.
trying to get him to sell weed, but he always said he was a rapper, not a trapper. Eventually, he gave in. He tried selling a bag of weed, but he ended up just giving it away. Following that, he graduated to more intense work and started breaking into houses and hitting licks. With the amount of time that he spent in juvenile hall around other criminals, he was soaking up information like a sponge, from their stories to their bad habits to their schemes. While sitting at home one day smoking weed, he thought to himself, I need more money for weed. And that's when it occurred to him, robbery. At 14, he broke into his first house and found
Bro, why is she narrating it like that? Like, is it me or is she just like why is she maybe it's me, bro. I'm
but
sure.
his older cousin took it from him. But once
But
he
she
realized
making a
how
story
easy it
seem
was,
like-
he started doing it more and more. He began recruiting friends and his cousins, and they started hitting different neighborhoods to get bigger items like televisions and whatever else they could sell on the street. When they started going to Forest Park in Atlanta, where the bigger houses are, his first hit there, he got caught because of the silent alarm, and he did 15 months for that burglary. When he was released, they put him in a group home in Columbus, Georgia, but he fought every single day, smoked cigarettes, did whatever he could to get out of there until they sent him back to juvie. He then did 15 months.
This nigga loves juvie.
Beating on the mat, on the bed, on the wall, on the door, on the desk. Hey, child, beating on my chest. That's where I get it from.
Once he got out this time, he ended up getting a real gun, and he started riding in stolen cars with his friends, toting guns, gangbanging, walking the streets, and doing whatever.
Okay. After a certain amount of time, bro, like it ain't, you can't blame it on being a child no more. You just bad. Like you just a badass shit. Like at a certain point, bro. Like come on now, like this nigga, like from how she narrating it, like he done been to juvie like 10 times. Like after your 5th time, your 6th time, you ain't learn your lesson, bro. Like it's like you wanted to be there at a certain time, bro. It's like you wanted to be there.
Had to be done. This is all at just 14 years old now. Eventually, he was in county jail for possession of firearms and other charges for juvie, so he spent 5 months. At this point now, I'm fast forwarding through a lot of the time he spent in juvenile hall. He was 17, and when you turn 17, all of your juvie record gets erased. But the system was holding charges against him because they wanted to charge him as an adult. So he went to county jail for a gun, but ended up having a state hold for 5 to 6 months, and then he was in and out 4 more times.
I got to the point where I'm like, man, I can't keep doing this shit.
At this point,
Why
he
you
started
couldn't say
taking
that?
things
Like
with
my thing is like even as a child, like I think as a child, like you kind of smart. You ain't dumb. Like you know like what's good and what's bad. Like let's stop the cap, bro. After like the 5th, 6th, 7th time, I would have been like, bro, you went to juvie so many times, bro. Like the last 3 was at least not necessary. Like you know what I'm saying? After your auntie was calling it, bro, you should have left it alone at that point, bro.
a bit more seriously. He made a song called First Day Out, and that went viral in his city. Then one of his friends called a videographer, and they started shooting videos. Those went viral as well.
Late nights on my avenue by myself. I ain't need a gang member. Nigga, I remember. I ain't had no money on my books this time. Last year around September.
Then, when he
Dang,
went back
that
to
shit
jail, he
slide.
wrote another song called I Remember, and when he was released, that's when his career started taking off. Lil Baby jumped on this track as well, and it currently has over 75 million views on YouTube. Even with his newfound success, Quando was still in the streets, and this is when he got his 24-month-long sentence. Him and his boy were riding around in a stolen car, and there were also guns in that car. And when police pulled up, they parked the car, split up, and ran. Quando was the one, again, that got caught and charged for both the stolen car and guns, plus they included in a bunch of other charges too.
2 burglaries, simple batteries, banging government property, tampering with government property, causing land money all two different attrarencies from not going to school. Just
moving on to his music career, beyond all the
Damn.
cats who had money that he knew from his hometown trying to sign him, Birdman, The Game, and NBA YoungBoy wanted to sign him too, but he stuck with NBA YoungBoy and eventually Atlantic Records. Birdman actually wanted to put him on a plane to Miami immediately, but that didn't end up working out because his probation officer didn't think it was real, so she wouldn't let him leave. So he very well could have been signed to Cash Money if that trip went through.
the YB situation was just too real, just too good. It was too good to be true.
He signed his deal with YB for $150K and spent it all in 2 months. He spent most of his money on shoes and clothes and bought so much stuff for people that he knows too.
And all my people, hey, you want me? Y'all want me? I was spending money on everybody. I walk in the mall, see somebody, know me like, you want this?
I'm saying,
I ain't gonna lie, that sound like me. I ain't gonna lie, I look out for my dog.
He wanted to stay in Savannah, but his family and the people around him wanted him to leave because they saw the dangers in staying where you grew up and blowing up, just like Nipsey Hussle, for example.
He found a nigga.
Okay, you ain't have to use Nip for example though, ho.
I don't want him to stay. I want him to get the nobody knowing.
Rondo signed a deal with Atlantic Records and finally got out of Savannah and moved to Atlanta, where he started working in the studio. He said he was wearing designer, had money in his bank, but he couldn't just be hanging around and doing the same thing that he's always been doing. He needed to feel like he belonged. He said, I still feel like I wasn't coming up. I am working hard, but this just didn't seem real until I met Lil Baby. Big Bro did a song with me, shot a video with him. That shit took me through the roof. And from there, it was pretty much over. On September 24, 2018, Quando dropped the mixtape Life After Fame to critical acclaim. What did Life After Fame bring him? Well, it got him the highly sought after blue check on Instagram. He told Noisy, when I got my blue check on Instagram, I don't give a what nobody say. Every end that got that blue check, that makes them happy. It makes me feel important. DM any girl you want to, that girl gonna bite. You got a blue check. He said,
Y'all niggas want a blue check to holler at girls, my nigga. Man, give me a blue check for real, bro. Like, I want a real blue check.
back then
Fuck
I had
you,
nothing
hoes.
to lose. I didn't care about anything.
Stop
Now
the
I've
cap.
got something to lose. It's like this was destined for me though. Plus, he has his daughter who will be celebrating her first birthday next month in December.
Man, I'm just ready. Because I'm financially stable, but I probably ain't mentally stable, but I'm financially stable for sure. So shit.
Anyway, now that he has more money and built it all back
That's
up,
what be
from
the- that would be the
$0,
problem,
he
nigga.
still
Y'all
wants to
niggas
go
be
back to
paid,
Savannah
but
and hangs
retarded.
out as usual, but now with security with him. He's also starting to look into more investments like real estate and CBD oil. As for the rest of his story, well, that's for another time and another video because this is before they were famous. I'm Azalea Hart. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at AzaleaZoe and let me know who I should cover next on this channel.
Alright, y'all. I just want to thank y'all for watching. Hey, man, make sure y'all leave those comments on what videos y'all want me to react to. This was a dope video. I really appreciate it, bro. I'm going to give you a shout out in my next video because I got to go find your name. But I'm going to give you a shout out, bro. I really appreciate this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, man. We're on the road to 1K, man. We almost there, man. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and make sure y'all like this video, man. We out. Bingo.